Hey, what's up guys? Jazz Jackson here. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy to be back and even more excited to be with you guys today because I am doing my very first cooking. Well, actually it's not my first one, but definitely my first one for 2018. First cooking video, and I couldn't be more excited because I've teamed up with HelloFresh to do so. I'm sure you guys have seen commercials or even, social media stuff rolling around about HelloFresh. I have always been interested in them to find out more about them, so I was super excited to be able to collaborate. If you guys are not familiar with HelloFresh, HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that shops, plans, and delivers your favorite foods. They also help you with step-by-step instructions on how to cook it, and everything is completely measured out for you, so you don't have to worry about if you have the right measurements, if you have enough food. It's all good to go for you in this handy dandy box. So inside of my box, I had a bunch of stuff. I had some pork options, I had some beef options there, but I'm more of a chicken girl myself. I like the protein for my chicken, so that's what we went with today. And we are going to be making the Presto, Pesto, Panko chicken dish. When I tell you, you guys have to watch this video through its entirety because the food, oh my god, not only was it amazing, but it was really fun to prepare, super easy, and it looked really good towards the end, so keep on watching. So this meal for me was a Saturday cheat meal. It was a lot of yummy stuff that I wouldn't normally eat throughout the week, but I had a field day when I made it on this particular Saturday. So we are making the Presto, Pesto, Panko chicken dish. I try to say that 5 times fast. But listen, what I loved about HelloFresh is that the foods come already pre-proportioned for you and a guest, so it does feed two. Inside of it, everything is already measured for you. So you guys saw that I pulled out that salad there, already measured. The yellow potatoes, some of the dressings that go on top of the chicken because we are making a Panko chicken dish, and I was really impressed with that, guys. Everything was nicely prepared inside of the bag. I didn't feel like it was kind of rushed or just thrown in there, so I did like their attention to detail, and everything was super fresh. Inside the box, they're also going to include one of those ice packets as well to make sure that it stays equally as fresh. So for this dish, we're going to do a little bit of prepping before we actually get to the big cojones. So inside of your HelloFresh box, you're going to get your ingredients and how to actually prepare and prep your meals. So I just followed the back of that little pamphlet right there to make my meals. So I'm starting off with these yellow potatoes, and it says to cut them in half and then cut them into squares. So that's what I did. Please brace yourself. You're going to be cringing during this time. I don't know what type of adolescent cutting I was doing. I don't know what was going on, but I watched this back and I was like, girl, you were on the brink of taking all of your fingers off every single time. It's okay. I'm working on it. But I'm going to go ahead and just cut those all up and move them to the side. I'm going to put it into my nice little dish right there. And that's our first step of our prep for our potatoes that will later go into the oven. I gotta keep it real with you guys. I was really happy that I did not have to pull out any pots and pans for this dish. Like I said, when I initially opened the box, I just knew that I was gonna have to do a lot of cooking. But this took me about 30 minutes from start to finish to make the meal. And so I was really happy about that, and the fact that I was able to put it into the oven to kind of set it and forget it type of deal, that made it really enjoyable for me making this dish. So if you're like me and you're on the go all the time and you just want to pop something in real quick, this is a good option for you. So I've thrown the potatoes on top of that parchment paper, and I'm just going to throw some extra virgin olive oil on top of the potatoes to kind of coat it. What I like to do is put my thumb over the bottle and then just kind of drizzle it on top of the potatoes so as to not have too much olive oil on top of there. Mix it all in, make sure every potato is coated, and then I'm going to take some black pepper. I prefer the freshly ground cracked pepper. You can find this at your local grocery store. I'm just going to grind that right over the potatoes, and then I'm going to season it with a little bit of Mrs. Dash. So I don't I try to refrain from consuming too much salt these days. So the recipe called for salt, but I'm not going to use salt. I'm going to replace it with Mrs. Dash, which is, it's just a nice medley of flavors, but there's no salt inside of there. So if you guys are trying to watch your sodium intake, please, by all means, try Mrs. Dash. And that is the prep for your potato. Next up, we're going to do a little bit of prepping for our chicken. So what you're looking at right here is the panko for our pesto, panko chicken dish. I'm going to say that until I can just say it like religiously and not have to worry about it. On top of that, I'm going to throw that into a bowl, and then I am going to add my mozzarella cheese, which is also something I don't really consume all the time. I don't eat a lot of cheese these days, so that's why this dish was kind of like a little cheat meal for me, but it was real good. So thank you, HelloFresh. You gave me like the meal that I was looking for. Taking that mozzarella, that panko, and then a little bit more of the extra virgin olive oil. I'm just going to sprinkle that right on top of that there. And I'm going to take my spoon. I'm going to mix it all together just like that. Oh, and don't forget a little bit of black pepper. And I also put a little bit more of Mrs. Dash on there just to season it up a little bit. Not too much, just a little bit. And then just go ahead and mix that right on up just like that. I'm telling you guys, it was super easy to make this dish. And when I finished it, I looked like I'd been in the kitchen for hours. No lie, about 30 minutes or so, start to finish. So I was really, really pleased with that. All right, so one more time for the extra virgin olive oil. This is us prepping for our chicken this time. Now, you're going to have to wash the chicken, but I figured I didn't have to show that to you guys, all right? We know we want to remain healthy, so clean your chicken first, all right? Go ahead and coat your pan. Go ahead and coat your pan with your extra virgin olive oil, and then place your chicken on top of that. I also wanted to say that I was very happy that this was some lean looking chicken. It was not a lot of fat around the chicken, and I was like, thank you. But on top of that, we are going to take one of my favorite little garnishes. Yo, I absolutely adore pesto sauce. And pesto just smells so good and it tastes so good. So I was like, I kind of went a little ham with the pesto, but I figured, it's Saturday, it's my cheat meal, so I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna worry about it on Sunday at the treadmill, So taking the back of my spoon, I'm just gonna smooth that right over my chicken breast, and just to kind of make sure that it's like evenly coated. We're not looking for anything too crazy, but just make sure that it's nicely coated on both sides with the Presto. Can I say it just one more time, please? Okay, Presto, pesto, panko, chicken. I promise that's it. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna take our medley of mozzarella and panko and olive oil, and we're going to put it right on top of the chicken that we just added the pesto to. And again, you can add as much as you want or as little as you want on top of your chicken. It's totally up to you. But again, I added a lot. It's a lot. And I'm telling you guys, when you make this dish and you put it into the oven, your whole house is gonna smell so good. Like I felt like some type of like Food Network cooker or something like that, because my house just smells so good and everything looked really good. I put my oven on 450 degrees, and we're gonna put that into the oven for about 25 minutes. I just want to make sure that the chicken is fully cooked, right? And I also like to see that the mozzarella has like a nice little crunch on top of it, a little bit of brown. The last thing that we're going to make is a simple side salad, and I actually really like this as well. So your spring mix is already made for you. Just go ahead and wash it, put it into a bowl. Take this lemon, because this is going to be basically the base of your dressing. This is the simplest dressing that you could ever make, and it's really, really good and actually very healthy for you. So taking just one slice of the lemon, go ahead and squeeze it into your hand with your palm facing up so that you can grab the seeds and sprinkle that right over. Kind of open your fingers up a little bit so it can fall right through, but not too much because you don't want the seeds to fall through as well. And then take a little bit of black pepper. The lemon and the black pepper, when it kind of gets together, it makes like this super like flavor explosion. Is really, really good. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. She has been making a huge debut in this video, but just a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Pour that right on top of your simple side salad, and there you have it for that. I make this a lot though, so I was kind of pleased to see that it was inside of there. It's very, very good. So while I'm getting ready to plate this meal so you guys can see just how good this meal looks, I want to let you guys know if you are tempted to try HelloFresh, you guys can, and you can save $30 by doing so. So you get $30 off of your first week of HelloFresh. All you got to do is just visit HelloFresh.com, www.hellofresh.com, and enter the promo code that's right there on the bottom of the screen. So now I've placed my my greens on top of my plate, and then I am going to talk to the worker that's in my house. I had some work done around the house. And I'm going to put my chicken right on top of my greens. I'm going to take those potatoes, which were so good, nice and crispy, brown on each side, so good, and just pour that right on the side of my greens and my chicken. And I'm telling you guys, you're going to get your whole life when you try HelloFresh. Also, if you're a family, they do have different options for you. They have like some family options as well. And for vegetarians, they have vegetarian options for you as well with plant-based proteins and stuff like that. So it's a little bit for everybody. I really enjoyed making this video for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure you check out HelloFresh, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Peace out.